everyone. Hello and welcome to the land episode number 94. My name is Ian.
I'm Rob.
I'm Derek.
Um, we had some fantastic fights last week, or this past Saturday, I should say. Max Holloway versus a Korean zombie. Max gets it done. We can talk about. Let's pick and choose. I think we should talk about Aaron Blanchfield versus Tyler Santos. A unanimous decision, 29-28 for Miss Aaron. How'd you guys like that fight?
It was a good fight. It kind of went the way I expected it to. I feel like Talia has a lot of wins, a lot of big fights, but I don't know. Aaron looked good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought Aaron looked great. She really showed us that Talia has some holes in her game that she needs to work on, but that's it.
Yeah, kind of first round kind of went the other way where we recognized that Aaron has some holes in her game as well, striking wise. So, do you guys think Aaron is ready for that title match against Grasso or Shevchenko?
Not yet. I think one more, maybe. I feel like have they scheduled the Grosso Shevchenko rematch?
Yeah, that one's gonna be in September
Yeah.
16th.
Yeah, maybe she can get one more in,
Mm.
but I don't know against who.
I say you just give her the winner.
Give her the winner. Keep it going. Keep it moving. Let me take a quick look to see who's on that list. So Aaron is currently at number 2. Manon Fiorot is at number 3, but she has a fight already this weekend. And number 4 was Tyler Santos. So yeah, give her the champion. Why not, right? Giga Chikadze gets it done. Beats Caceres by decision. You guys have to run me through this fight. How did it go?
I'm not gonna lie, I slept through this one.
Yeah,
I
I'm
slept
sure we
through
all
this one,
did.
bro. Not gonna cap on this one.
Mother. It was honestly pretty. It was a good match. I wouldn't say it was close, but like Giga obviously had a lot of success on the feet and shit, but like Bruce Lee, he was always there. It's not like he didn't fade or anything. Like he was game, bro. But Giga just did his thing and won by point fighting. Point fighting Giga. That's
Right.
what won the fight.
Oh, okay. So should Giga fight up? Should she fight where he's at?
My
'cause
opinion, I
long-
think he should fight where he's at because he didn't look like
Like old Giga.
he didn't look like old Giga, and against a guy that's Caceres who's been fighting for a minute too. You know, it's kind of a weird look. I don't know if you move him up from here.
Right. And then in the light heavyweight co-main bout, Anthony Smith gets the decision over Ryan Spann. Looks like he won rounds 1 and 3. Round 2 was definitely for Spann. Kind of puts a little kink in the gears of the light heavyweight division. You guys thought it was the correct decision? And where does Anthony Smith go from here?
I think this is another one of those ones where, like, I've seen a lot of people saying, like, robbery is a close fight. I could see how I thought I had Spann winning too. But yeah, like you said, it does kind of mess up the division. I don't know who Anthony Smith should fight next, bro. I think Ryan Spann, you feed him the same level of competition, and I think he'll have a step up in performance next time out.
Yeah.
But as far as Anthony Smith goes, beats me.
I didn't expect that kind of performance from Smith. Like again, I didn't see any fading from Smith either, bro. I feel like towards the end of the second, like he knew he didn't do much that round, and that's where he really picked up the pace in the third. That's what won him the fight. again, I still had Spann winning. I thought it was close, but I think you keep Anthony Smith where he's at, like around where he's at.
Right.
Nothing too much, man, because we've seen multiple times what happens to Anthony Smith when you put him against top 10. You know,
Right. Right.
no one wants to fucking see that happen again. But definitely both guys have the opportunity to improve on their game, like continue to.
Maybe we should do a Anthony Smith versus Dominic Reyes fight. Who'd want to watch
I,
that one?
I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I like it, and I'll take Smith on that fight all
Oh.
day.
Bro, Reyes needs a fight to get his feet back under him,
I
bro.
know, dude. You
He just
can't.
needs to get his feet under him, bro.
That's rough, bro.
I say Anthony Smith would be a good fight with Nikita Krylov. It's not exactly right around where he should fight at. Nikita is definitely game, but I think that'd be a fun fight. But again, it's like I myself am trying to push Dominic Reyes and Anthony Smith out of the UFC, go into commentating roles or whatever. But these guys are messing up the division.
Ticketing.
No hate, no hate. And then the main event, Max Holloway gets it done in the third round via KO against the Korean Zombie. Thoughts on the fight, and then thoughts on the retirement for Mr. Chan Sung Jung.
Goosies, bro. On the walk out and the walk back, bro. It was a banger. I mean, I will say I wasn't expecting Zombie to catch Max as much as he did.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I mean, obviously Max has a great chin. Didn't look like he was like wobbled or anything, but noticeably took damage. I felt like,
Yeah.
Which makes me nervous if Max does decide to fight Ilya. But I'm surprised Max got the finish like that, knocked him out cold, walked into right hand or left hand. But yeah, it was a banger.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's a good fight. Honestly, a surprisingly close fight. Just going off what King said, like you could see that Max was hurt, and I didn't expect that at all from Zombie. Like he really hurt Max. He wobbled Max, and Max got some success. Then like the Darce choke was just that was weird too. That was such a weird.
He had it, dude. I thought he had it.
Yeah. So, Rob, what was he supposed to do to make it tighter, or was it just everything was correct, but Korean Zombie was just something was going on with him where he was able to defend it?
I mean, to me, it looked fine, but the way he approached it, like he immediately went on his side before he even sunk the choke in.
Oh, okay. So he just
And
rushed.
Zombie was just defending well. He was defending really well,
That's
staying
it.
alive until it kind of looked like Max's arms gassed out, or he kind of gave up on it. But
I mean, seeing Max talk to the ref, like, is he out? Like, what's going on? And like, he shook his hand. He was Korean Zombie's game, bro. And the third round, I did not expect that at all for him to come in like that. But once he started doing that, like, he kept following Max, like stalking Max. Like, okay, this isn't gonna end well. And that's he got what he wanted. He got a war, but yeah. Korean Zombie, man, legend.
Yeah, I'm gonna put on my conspiracy hat for this one. This was obviously a fight where it was for the fans. It was never for like Max's next move up for a title shot. So maybe Max did want to make it a little bit more fun, which made him not as defensively sound as he should have been. He was willing to take those shots to make it kind of a war. But I'm just giving Max the benefit of the doubt here. But for the Korean Zombie retiring, this was the first fighter retiring where I kind of like, I got that heart like tugging where I was about to like break down and cry, because it was just such a perfect send off for him with the Cranberry song playing in the back. And I made fun of Robbie Lawler's retirement where they showed the highlights of him right after the fight. and I was like, damn, that's kind of corny. But I kind of wish they did the same thing for these next few fighters coming out of or that are gonna retire. I think it's a good send off, regardless of win or lose, just so that they can look back on their career in the octagon, on that night.
Yeah. The clips afterward were cool.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
rolling the clips like immediately after. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I don't. What do you guys think? Should Max Holloway fight Topuria? Should he fight maybe another Brian Ortega fight since he's not fought in a long time? Yari
I think
Rodriguez.
now that Aljo lost, I think Topuria gets Volk. Or Volk. No. Yeah, I think Topuria gets Volk. And then, man, what do you do with Max? I don't know. Give Max another whatever fight he wants, dude.
Right.
Until Volk and Ilya decide it.
Give me Volk versus Volk. If you can't give Max the Ilya fight and Ilya wants to wait, he has every fucking right to. If you can't do that, I'd love to see him and Ortega go at it again. I just want to see Ortega in action too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, UFC Fight Night, Gane versus Spivak. We will once again do another lightning round to get up to the main card. Probably the co-main event, let's be honest. Starting off the night, women's bantamweight, Zara Fairn dos Santos. Oh, no, that's a canceled fight. My apologies. Bantamweight division, Farid Basharat versus Clayton Rodriguez. Who wins by what?
I'll do Farid by knockout.
Farid TKO.
I'll go Farid decision. Welterweight, Angie Lusa versus Rice McKee.
I'll go Lusa by decision.
Go Lusa decision.
I'll go McKee decision. Nora Cornell versus Jocelyn Edwards.
I'll go Nora decision.
Cornell decision.
Same. A catchweight bout, Dos Santos versus Cavalcanti.
Cavalcanti by decision.
Same.
Damn, Dos Santos is 6-5. Taylor Lapilas versus Muin Gafurov.
I'll do Taylor by decision.
Lapilas TKO.
I'll go Gafurov by decision. Next up in the featherweight division, Morgan Charrier versus Manolo Zacchini.
I'll go Manolo TKO.
Zacchini TKO.
Okay. Zacchini by decision. I don't think there has been one preliminary card this whole year where I was like, wow, I'm actually not going to watch this. I don't know any of these people except for Farid. In the main card, to start us off in the bantamweight division, we have Giannis Gamori versus Callan Lauren.
Callan by TKO.
Go Giannis decision.
I'll go Callan by submission. In the featherweight division, William Gomes versus Lucas Almeida.
Almeida by submission.
Gomez decision.
I'll also go Almeida by submission. And in the light heavyweight, we have Volkan Ozdemir versus Bogdan Guskov.
Guskov by decision.
Ozdemir TKO.
I'll also go Ozdemir TKO. And then in the lightweight division, Benoit Saint Denis versus Thiago Moises.
Saint Denis by submission.
Saint Denis submission.
Saint Denis knockout. And then the co-main event, we have in the women's flyweight, Manon Fiorot versus the return of Thug Rose Namajunas. How do you guys see this one going?
This is so hard for me. This is so hard for me. I want to say Rose. Every part of me in my body wants to be like Rose. But like the only thing I could think, one, first of all, Manon is a killer. And second of all, like last time Rose fought, she did not look like a killer at all. I'm torn. Um, but Rose has proved herself. I'll go with the Rose. I'll say Rose by decision. Yeah, Rose by decision.
This is a 3-rounder too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go Manon decision.
Damn. Strictly fan wise, I'll go Rose Namajunas by. I hope she puts an exclamation point on this. I'll go Rose by TKO. We'll see though, but Fiorot she's spooky too, so I wouldn't mind seeing her win. And then our main event of the evening, Cyril Bongamin Gane versus Sergey the Polar Bear Spivak. How do you guys see this fight going?
Dude, unless Cyril has been in the goddamn Penn State wrestling room, dude, there's no way. There's no way. Spivak is gonna beat him up. He's gonna take him down, beat him up, probably TKO him, submit him probably. If this is a 5-round fight, yeah, he's probably gonna get the finish. I'd say like third or fourth round. Yeah, I don't see Gane's wrestling improving a ton since the last time we've seen him. So
Yeah, dude, his past 2 fights, like he's been exposed. He has holes in his game, bro.
Francis is wrestling you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
And yeah, like we know Gane. Like, we know what both guys bring to the table. Like Gane, he's so light. He's the heavyweight wonder boy. Like he's light on his feet. I don't know, man. Sergey's a fucking mauler. Okay, it comes down to that question: can Cyril Gane defend the takedown? If he can't, then I think regardless of whatever round you're in, like Spivak's gonna be there in his face, and he's gonna give him no room. Fuck, have we even seen Sergey go past the 3rd round since he's? I don't think we've seen him go to like more than 3 rounds.
Just that Ngannou fight.
Yeah.
Oh, and maybe the Taito Ivasa? I don't know if that was 3rd or 4th round finish. I want to say 3rd round.
Yeah. I mean, this fight could go either way. Either Gane defends a takedown and just does point fighting throughout the entire fight, or Sergey just takes it to the ground. I think it's going to go that way. I think this is Sergey's time. I'll go Sergey, 3rd round submission.
Yeah. It kind of sucks because it's like, well, maybe Gane worked on his wrestling, but he should have done that against John Jones, you know?
Yeah, you think.
So I'm going to disregard that he is working on his wrestling. I just don't think it's going to happen again. And Sergey loves doing his trips, and I think that's a lot harder to defend when you are a heavyweight, regardless of, you know, Gane's the greatest. He is really good at moving. He's very light on his feet, but I just think Sergey's takedowns are pretty trip based, stuff like that. I don't think Gane can defend it that well. And Sergey's not afraid to trade too. So
yeah, like he may not be the greatest striker in the division, but we've seen improvements.
Yeah,
and he's not afraid to strike.
Yeah. Of course, Cyril can catch him coming in, but I just don't think that's gonna happen. I believe Sergey gets a TKO finish probably in the 2nd round. first or second round, to be honest. Um, Sucks for Gane. I really wish he would focus on his wrestling. Maybe Francis. You think Francis talked to Gane and was like, "Hey, get out of that camp"?
Uh, I hope. I hope it was Prince. Yeah.
Because I think Sorogon's a special man. His striking is beautiful. We've seen nothing like him striking wise, so he
Yeah.
just needs to work on his wrestling. So that is that for UFC Fight Night. Gane versus Spivak. Next, what I wanted to talk about this last week, since Aljamain has been calling for the rematch. What constitutes an immediate rematch for you guys
In the UFC,
in the UFC?
you have to sell it, bro. That's what every fight is about: is if you can sell it or not. Bro,
You don't think Aljo can sell a rematch fight, bro?
no, no, no shot. The only thing, the most exciting thing that could happen is exactly what happened. Why would you want to run that fight back?
Right.
Um, I think like when you have great fights, like banger fights, like the Moreno Figueiredo fights, man, like every one of those are such bangers. Like, man, let's see it again, and they're competitive. The title was going back and forth. I think that's what makes those rivalries so fun.
Mm-hmm.
But fights that are, even if a guy has been champion for a while, I feel like a lot of times in the UFC, if a fight is boring, if a fight stinks, like they're gonna call the next guy up. They're not gonna have a champion immediately run it back.
Yeah.
Most of the time, that's the case.
Um, kind of going off what King said, but the rivalry is definitely one thing, and it has to be a real fucking rivalry, dude. In my opinion, like this character that Aljo likes to put on, it's the only people supporting that is his own fucking team,
Team.
dude. You know what I'm saying? It's like Cejudo. It's the same shit.
It's
Like
worse because it's a copy. It's worse.
when you have Suga and Cheeto, like that's a real fucking rivalry, dude.
Mm-hmm.
BJ Penn, Jens Pulver, that's a rivalry. Chuck Liddell, Tito, that's a rivalry. Like
Yeah.
there's that, and I believe if the guy fighting for the title puts on a good fight and it's a close fight, then yeah, give him a rematch. Why not? It doesn't really go that way, but in my opinion, I think it should. Like when Gustafsson fought Bones for the first time, it was so fucking close.
Yeah.
Like I wish he got an immediate rematch, but he didn't. The Moreno and Figgy fights too. It's like that. But yeah, that's what I think.
Well, in regards to the Moreno Figgy fight, that one was weird to me because the first fight was a tie, a draw. Second fight, Moreno got the submission victory over Figueiredo. So it it's like, yeah, that fight was really, really good. I understood it, but did Figgy really deserve a third fight?
I think in that division too, in that case, it's a lack of contenders.
Yeah.
You know
Mhm.
what I mean? There's not a ton of hungry guys at flyweight right now. You know what I mean?
Still.
But yeah, that's still a good rivalry. But
And then what about Aldo McGregor? Was there ever talks of a rematch?
I thought it was immediate. They went into like the RDA stuff, right?
Oh, that's
I
right.
thought that was like
They wanted
immediate.
to
There was no
send,
like
yeah.
Connor wanted to be champ in two divisions. They were gonna give him RDA. All that shit happened.
Damn.
Yeah, he ended up fighting Eddie Alvarez.
That's so fucked up.
If he fought RDA, bro, who knows, dog? Who knows?
We'll never fucking know. We'll never.
Yeah, I wonder. Just going into theoreticals, you guys see McGregor winning that fight? Prime RDA, Prime McGregor.
Dude, Prime McGregor defied logic, but like I bet against him every single fight coming up, all the way. The Eddie Alvarez too. Every single fight, I was like, this is the one where he gets beat. Chad Mendez, I was like, he's getting beat here. Jose's stopping him.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah. And then finally with Habib, I was like, oh yeah, he's fucking starching Habib, and then he gets his
that's
fucking
hilarious.
his spine broken. But yeah, I don't think so. I think Connor still beats him.
Yeah.
Same.
And then since we're in this, what about Habib versus Tony? Just for fun.
Oh my god, man. It's so hard to say now. It's so hard. Um
Damn, dude, it sucks. What could have been? That's the
Right.
question. Like, fuck.
it's so hard that these two guys who we considered like this is the best fight to make in the world went two completely different paths with their career and now they couldn't be further from each other, you know? Um but I'm still gonna say Tony, dude. Prime Tony might be one of the scariest fighters we've ever seen. He was
Yeah,
tearing people up.
Yeah.
you
It's
can't.
crazy.
Even if you had a like dominant wrestling, a dominant position, like he's getting out of that shit.
Crazy.
Striking wise too, bro. He was hard to read. Like the angles he'd give other people. Like when he fought Kevin Lee, even Kevin Lee was a shit back then too. That was a crazy fucking fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. What could have been? We'll never fucking
Man.
know, man.
They tried to make that fight like what, 5 times or something?
4 or 5 times,
Oh
dude.
my god. And that was the moment where it's like Habib was heated. Like you saw a definite that could have been a trilogy fight.
Yeah. Like, dude, he was talking shit to Max Holloway in the
Yeah.
press conference. Like, that's where Khabib was at.
Crazy.
Crazy. He was gonna fight Max. That's crazy too.
Oh my
That
god.
was oh my god, dude. Oh, I did want to ask you guys. So, going back to the Max fight, I don't know if you guys have watched Max's videos, but he's kind of doing like a week of fight night, and during Max's weight cut, his voice was like very raspy. The weight cut seemed to be gnarly on him. Do you think he should take some time off, gain some weight, gain some muscle, and potentially see him fight in the lightweight division?
Dude, Max is still so young. If he took a year off to bulk up, I wouldn't be mad at it.
Yeah.
I think he could do a lot in the lightweight division, especially dude, like I said, he's in his prime years right now.
Yeah. I would like to see Max take a little break. I mean, if you keep pushing him, I mean, who are you gonna give him right now? You give him Volk, he's gonna get smashed again.
Yeah.
Yeah, take a year off, go up. Usually that's like probably the best case scenario a fighter can do, you know. We just did that just recently. Fuck.
Or maybe, bro, take a year off, go down.
Take a year off, go down. That's crazy.
Oh my god, dude. Who'd you put against Max in bantamweight though?
I was just like,
Sean
hungry,
O'Malley. Even that, Sean O'Malley and Ilya Taporia were kind of tweeting at each
Stop
other.
it. That's not even in the realm of a fight to make right now.
Yeah, it's weird because like you're getting such interesting builds of fighters in the lightweight division. Like say Max goes up and his first fight is like Jalen Turner, 6 foot something Jalen Turner. That's got to be weird. So weight wise, I'd love for all fighters to just take time to put on that muscle mass and move up naturally, like how John Jones did. But man, I don't know. Max has always been that kind of not skinny, but like lanky dude, who is able to use his height and reach advantage in the division that he belongs in. So I'm still a little bit wary about it.
I'm such a John Jones hater, bro. I'll say it. I'm a John Jones hater. But y'all thought John looked good after he bulked up?
I mean, sure, it would have
It
been
was,
better if he were more muscular, but
bro, the way he built it up, he was deadlifting, bro. Talking about he needs to be at the right weight. I'm like, oh, John's going to be jacked. Like he's going to be, you know, like sometimes in the off season, you see football players from last, like you see the picture of Matt Collins.
no.
He's you know, last season real skinny dude. Next season you can see he put on a visible amount of muscle.
Yeah.
I thought that's what we're gonna see with John. Bro got a gut. Bro grew a gut.
He turned into Walt Harris, bro.
Yeah, yep. I'm every bit of 245. Oh my god, bro, you're pregnant. But that's the greatest fighter in the world. I wouldn't say that shit to his face. uh,
um, and then King has been wanting to talk about the UFC Hall of Fame. Are they stingy? Are they not? Um, Kind of give us a rundown of what your whole not argument, but exactly did you want to talk about?
I'm not too sure, but isn't it every year they induct? It's like one person, one fighter, and then one
One,
person involved with the sport
yeah,
that is a non-fighter.
yeah. So they do a pioneer, they do a fight like a fight wing,
Hmm.
modern era and contributor, and then like the charity one.
Okay. Um, I think with the fighter one, they're just being stingy, bro. I think one a year is crazy. Think about all the great fighters. I don't know that aren't in the Hall of Fame. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Yeah. I think even just bumping it up from one to two a year,
yeah,
I think would be better. But and some of this, never mind. I'm not. Some of the other Hall of Fame awards can be like special occasion awards. Like you don't need a contributor every year. You don't need you know what I mean?
right.
Um, I don't know. I don't know.
We should be in there, bro. We contribute hella to UFC.
Exactly, dude. Have our own wing, dude. How much money I've given to UFC pay per
Exactly.
views?
Exactly. The fans.
Why isn't Mario Yamasaki on this fucking?
Exactly, dude.
We wouldn't have gotten the fights we got if Mario Yamasaki was not a referee in those fights.
A lot of these fighters wouldn't have CTE, bro. It
I'm gonna be
wasn't.
alive right now. Um, for inductees, it's kind of hard because you have such a big roster with so much talent. Like I live in, what do you even base these off of?
Right.
Right.
You know,
It's hard to
it's
say.
kind of it's hard. You know, it's kind of
And what
like
is like
what's up?
and like the one dumb thing, like the pioneer wing and having the modern wing is dumb. Why? That's so dumb. Imagine if they took like all the football players from like before football was being like televised or before the Super Bowl era. It was like you have your own thing, bro.
Right.
You
Mm.
know what I mean? Like I don't know. Seems
Just
dumb to me.
combine it all.
Yeah.
What are you guys' thoughts on like someone like Uriah Faber, where he never got the belt? Of course he did put on great fights, but is he exactly Hall of Fame material?
Or one of the most I have a bone to pick with Uriah Faber, bro. One of the most overhyped
Overrated.
careers
Yeah.
in MMA ever, and gets a lot of credit for uh, coming from a place that produced a lot of great fighters and had a rivalry built up with a better fighter that kind of made your whole career. And two, again, UFC Hall of Famer Uriah Faber, bro. I'm just some dude, all right? But I'm just saying, dog. Outside looking in, bro.
Would you say the same for Cowboy?
I would not.
Uh,
Because they're kind of on the same boat. I would say.
I would I put Cowboy in the Hall of Fame? Yes, because he was a record holder or held records at a time. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Um, but yeah, same thing. I think because man, Cowboy fought more for the promotion,
Mm-hmm.
and he fought tougher, crazy competition.
Mhm.
I mean, I guess you're right, I did too. But back then, I feel like the pickings at bantamweight were real slim. But yeah, that's how I
No,
feel about Cowboy.
I agree, but like I think with Cowboy he really stood out more because he was willing to fight you anytime, anywhere,
Yeah.
any
That was
place.
the pioneer of the short notice fight, dude. People were
Yeah.
like, "Oh, Cowboys turn around and fighting this dude this month and fighting this dude the next month." Like
Mm-hmm.
people were that was there wasn't no 7 day turnaround, 14 day turnaround. The UFC wasn't asking nobody to do that. The
Yeah.
Cowboy was the one going to the UFC asking them, "Hey, can I fight next month? I just knocked this dude out."
Like give me your up and comer, give me Alex Hernandez.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, that one I could see. That one is he does deserve it because he is a record holder. He does
Mhm.
put on those really, really good fights that you want to see. With Uriah
Uh,
Faber, he made what the WEC was. He was the poster boy of the WEC back in those days. But his time in the UFC, it was great at its best. But with someone like Dominic Cruz, that was just years ahead of him, and the whole team alpha male. It took so many fighters for Cody Garbrandt to finally be the one to beat him.
Generations, bro.
Yeah. So that's a person that sticks out to me that doesn't necessarily deserve it.
Damn.
Crazy.
Beat
um,
your
and then me and King were talking about this right before the podcast, but Kazushi Sakuraba is also in the Hall of Fame, but he's only fought. Apparently, there was a UFC Japan event. So does that, like, what
if
else did he do for the UFC?
if the UFC wanted to do a like a fighter wing, a UFC fighter wing, and then do a pioneer wing with guys who didn't really do that much in the UFC but are pioneers of the sport, and then also add those guys that are like main contributors to the sport that help the sport grow in there, I would be okay with that. But I'm okay with Sakuraba being in there. I feel like, especially in the pioneer wing, like my idea of that, I feel like he generated a lot of buzz in like early MMA,
Mm-hmm.
fighting all the Gracies, beating all the Gracies after it was already set in stone that this was like the baddest family, bro.
Right.
Um, but yeah, I like Sakuraba being in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I mean, on top of Sakuraba's like success with the Gracie family, like on top of that, he generated some fucking killers too, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know.
Um, and then I know we already talked about this, but like Rich Franklin, one-time UFC middleweight champion with 2 defenses.
Get him
Um,
out.
Kevin Randleman, one-time UFC heavyweight champion with 1 defense. But I mean, they're kind of pulling Pride Kevin Randleman, where he was crazy explosive. He was very scary, but UFC-wise, UFC career-wise, it's not the greatest, like, showing.
And the nastiest staph infection. That staph infection should be in the Hall of Fame, bro.
Oh my
Just the staph
god!
infection. Put it in the
How
Hall
the
of Fame.
fuck? How?
Jesus. Bro had an extra pocket in his body.
Those guys were animals back then, bro.
They didn't care, dude.
Animals.
That's insane. Um, I wonder what Kevin Randleman's stack was. Dude is fucking jacked.
Oh,
Yeah, I feel like the Hall of Fame for sure needs some restructuring, but what are you gonna do right now?
Maybe it should just. I know it's obviously not easy to do this, but they should just encompass MMA as a whole and grab different. Just make a Hall of Fame for everyone. UFC, Pride, One,
You
Bellator.
think Dana White would miss out on a chance to monetize something, bro? There's no way.
It's just hard because it's like, people from One are doing their fucking thing
Like
and
a
they
good
deserve it.
example, I feel like is like, would I put Michael Chandler in the UFC Hall of Fame? No. Would I put him in an MMA Hall of Fame, like an overall MMA Hall of Fame? Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. So that's where
But
it's like they deserve it. Do you think Demetrius
right,
Johnson will be a UFC Hall of Famer because of his
yes,
relationship with Dana White?
yes, I think he'll be one of the first ones to leave the promotion and still get in the Hall of Fame.
Mm.
I feel like most everybody else retired. Yeah,
Mm.
I mean Ronda Rousey said WWE. That don't really count, but
What about
whatever.
you,
Yeah,
Rob? You think Demetrius Johnson, given his relationship with Dana?
I hope. I hope.
if Maury Smith is in the Hall of Fame, but Demetrius Johnson ain't in the Hall of Fame, bro, there's,
I got,
there's no way, bro.
I got
There's
breaking news, bro.
no
UFC featherweight champion Volkanovski hospitalized after suffering several fractures in his spine due to carrying the UFC so hard.
You motherfucker.
Yeah, bro. I was
Is that
nervous.
Coctagon news, bro?
Damn, bro, really made me nervous. I was like,
I
no,
know, right? Yeah.
no, it can't be like this, Ilya. It can't.
But yeah, I think they should increase the amount for each wing. Honestly, you could do more than 2 fights, more than 2 pioneers, more than 2 modern. Um, but yeah, that's our stance on the UFC Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Um, anything else you want to talk about?
They just announced a fight today. Brennan Allen and Paul Craig.
Oh,
Oh, very
is there a date for
interesting.
that one?
Morning. Let me double check that. What do you guys
Middleweight
think?
Paul Craig.
Yeah, they did this morning. November 18th, UFC Vegas 82. So they're gonna be in the damn small octagon, bro.
Oh, it's an Apex one.
Yeah.
Damn. I would honestly take Brendan Allen in that one. Unfortunately, I'm still riding on Paul Craig is just an idiot. Oh, the leak of McGregor versus Mendez, or not Mendez. That's hilarious. McGregor versus Chandler. I did check Fight Pass. Didn't see it. Do you guys think it's real?
It's the source is McGregor, so you can't really believe what the fuck he's gonna you can't.
Source? I said so.
God damn it.
Because I said.
Oh my god.
I will say like the Brennan Allen's activity right now is I love to see it. He's very active, as he should be, because he's a fucking great fighter, man.
Yeah. Great fighter, Brendan Allen. Do you agree, King?
I do agree, dude. All this middleweight talk has me thinking about Darren Till, dude. Like, I wonder what he's doing, bro, right now. I just hope he doesn't fight a Paul brother. I'll be happy as long as I don't see him fighting a Paul brother, dude.
It's gonna happen, bro. He fits all the criteria.
Yeah, I don't think he's old enough, but I think that's the next progression in Jake's competition. He's like MMA guy that's 50, MMA guy that's 40, MMA guy that's 30.
Yeah.
Darren Till's right there, bro.
Good for him. I think we can wrap this one up. Do you guys have a song suggestion for us?
You guys go first.
Me first.
I can go if you guys want.
Yeah, go ahead.
My song suggestion is Officer by Slightly Stupid.
Now That We're Dead by Metallica.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go I'll Beat Your Ass by T. Woodley.
Banger, dude. God damn.
How was that concert, by the way?
Insane, bro. Yeah, Pantera opened for them, dude.
Damn.
It was nuts. They played Walk, then they ended it with Cowboys from Hell, which was fucking crazy. Then Metallica, dude, those guys are fucking gnarly.
Coked out, you think? A little bit?
What's up?
Coked out?
Probably a little bit.
Yeah, just a little jump.
I'm pretty sure like Jason Momoa was when he was in the pit, dude.
Oh, he was there?
He was in the pit. He was in the snake pit where you just see him fuck. I'm like, who's this tall motherfucker? I know this physique. I know that hair. And it's fucking Jason, dude.
Good for him, bro. He's living it.
Right.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Next week we will cover our reactions to Gane versus Spivak, as well as give our predictions for UFC 293, Adesanya versus Strickland. Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate it. Peace out.
Peace.
Peace.
Later.